Morning. I want to take a few minutes and scoot my camera around here to ask the question, why? And this is not a preaching sermon. Well, it could be. But I want to ask the question, why? Preachers, why are you preaching? What are you preaching? Who are you preaching to? Same with teachers. Are you preaching the gospel to see people born again and to feed the sheep? Or are you preaching because you chose this as a professional? That's the question, isn't it? It's a very valuable question, and one that every person should ask. Why are you preaching? What are you preaching? Are you preaching the Bible? Are you preaching this? Or are you preaching thoughts and ideas from your own head? Very important. And if you're a preacher or teacher, you know this. The question is, did God call you, or did you call yourself? Are you pleasing God, or are you not? See, these are the questions that every minister, teacher should ask themselves. Are you pleasing God? Are you doing it to please God? Are you a preacher that gets up there, or a teacher gets up there and preaches out of anger? You know the difference. There's a difference between preaching and being happy and being angry. If you're preaching out of anger, you have the wrong spirit. If you're preaching up there to make yourself look good by making funny jokes and different things, then you're not doing anyone any good. You think you are, but you're not. Those are some tough questions. So see, here's the thing. While you and I preach the gospel, the world is watching. People that are not Christians are not stupid. They're very smart. So the only person that you're fooling is yourself. And you might be just preaching in the wrong spirit. So the question is, this is a reminder, and I know if God truly called you to preach the gospel, you know this already. Ask yourself those questions. Am I doing it right? Am I doing it for the right reason? Am I doing it to please the Lord or myself? Am I up there making a name for myself? Or am I up there pointing people to Jesus? Because it's not supposed to be about us. If you're a pastor, a preacher, an evangelist, this is not the you or me show. This is the him time. We're supposed to be preaching the gospel to teach the world about Jesus. Jesus and him crucified. No other reason. There is no other reason. So that's the question for today. This is going to be short, but I'm challenging you to check your motive. What is your motive for doing what you do? Are you an evangelist? Why are you doing it? Are you a pastor? Why are you pastoring? Are you a teacher? Why are you teaching? Simple question, and it's one that we all have to ask ourselves. This is supposed to be done. This great calling that we have is supposed to be a calling of sacrifice. We're supposed to sacrifice ourselves in service for others. If you have let, I'm getting excited. If you've let people put you on a pedestal, you messed up. You completely went down the wrong track. You are not supposed to allow people to put you up there. Because when they find out you're human, when you fall, they're going to fall with you, and it's going to be a hard one. You need to put Jesus on the pedestal. He is the only one that matters. He is the only thing that needs to be preached. and he's the only one that deserves praise. So that brings me to my next question. How are you driving around in a limo, living in a mansion, dressed in Armani suits or whatever's popular today, while your parishioners, the lambs that come into the church, are eating scraps? I want to know. How did you get yourself in a position where you're prosperous and the sheep are starving? How did we as pastors put ourselves in a position to think that it's okay for us to do these things, teach the wrong doctrine, get up there angry, get up there as a comedian, get up there and tell people it's your responsibility to give money to the church? And it is their responsibility. It's everyone's responsibility to give money to God. But how did you get so rich? 25 years, going over 25 years, and I don't get paid for preaching the gospel. I never have. People give me money to help me on my journey, my expenses to get from point A to point B, but as far as making money, I don't. I just travel, I go, and God blesses. That's why I've seen so many people saved, so many people come to Christ. I've baptized so many people that have. The treasure of ministry is knowing that we're going to heaven. The treasure of ministry is knowing that we're helping people to Jesus to go to heaven. The treasure is knowing that we please God and He's happy with us. And that is the payment. So my question again as I leave, we're going to shut this off. Why are you preaching? What's your motive? Check your motive. Why are you teaching? Check your motive. Why are you doing it? That's the question, isn't it? Why are you preaching the gospel? It should be for love. It should be for excitement. It's okay to get up there and preach and get happy and let some tears run down your face and clap your hands with joy. There's nothing wrong with that. That's absolutely fine. But if you're up there mean and grouchy and weird, and people know this, they know who you are and what you're doing. So love better. Preach the word. Be instant in season, out of season. Do it for the right. Exhort, reprove, rebuke with all long suffering doctrine. I kind of paraphrased that and got it, but it's true. Remember, why are you doing this? Before you get up, you should still be as nervous as the first day you preached. You should never be comfortable. You should be willing and to do God's will and want to do what's pleasing to Him and not yourself. I mean, you're not. This ain't the Tonight Show, and you're not supposed to be the popular guy that everybody applauds and. You're supposed to be pointing them to Jesus. I'm pointing my finger, look. So, with a little humor and love and a little bit of rebuke, why are you preaching? Have a good day. I love you. Act like somebody and preach the right thing and for the right reasons. I'll talk to you later. Have a good day. Be blessed. In Jesus' name. Bye.